Merry Christmas. Welcome back on Spillover. It was supposed to be a peaceful holiday. Family, gifts, Instagram stories of matching pajamas and snow filters. But instead of holiday cheer, the rap world woke up to straight fire. On Christmas morning, Herbo didn't post a Merry Christmas. He didn't post his son opening presents. He posted the beef. Raw, unfiltered, and targeted. Out of nowhere, Herbo dropped a series of cryptic messages, followed by a voice note that called out names. And one of those names? Quando Rondo. Within hours, Rondo fired back with a heated IG live, throwing shade, calling cap, and dragging King Von's name back into the spotlight. And then, Von's mother got involved. What started as a silent feud turned into a public mess, with fans taking sides, Twitter in flames, and Chicago and Savannah back on edge. Was this just clout chasing? Or was Herbo finally fed up with years of sneak disses and quiet tension? Whatever it wasn't fake. It wasn't for promo. And it definitely wasn't peaceful. Because if you thought Christmas was a time for healing, you haven't been paying attention. Christmas morning. The streets were cold, but Herbo's phone? Blazing. While most of Chicago was sleeping in flannel pajamas or sitting around the tree, Herbo dropped a post that felt more like a warning shot than a holiday greeting. It was a black screen on IG stories. No caption. No music. Just the sound of Herbo's voice, low, calm, but tense. Tired of all the slick SHDN as know who they is. Say what you want to say, but I've been quiet long enough. Seconds later, a second post. Whole time I been peepin'. All y'all energy fake. I undo the net SA, but since we talkin', let's talk. The fans were stunned. No one expected Herbo, someone known for staying silent on drama, to come out like this. And definitely not on Christmas morning. Twitter lit up instantly. Yo, WTF is Herbo talking about? This Christmas beef bout to be crazy. Watch Quando respond in 5, 4, 3. And they weren't wrong. Because within the hour, Quando Rondo had gone live on Instagram. Shirt off. Chain swinging. That classic, I'm unbothered but really bothered energy. You better say names. I don't throw rocks and hide my hands. You feel some type of way? Say that with yo chest. The comments? Flooded. He talking about you, bro. This that Von energy all over again. Not y'all bringing this into 2024 skull. But let's rewind. This beef didn't start on Christmas. It's been simmering for years, slow, petty, and unspoken. Until now. Sources close to both camps say the tension started back in 2020, shortly after the tragic death of King Von. Now, everyone knows what went down. Von. Atlanta. Quando. Lultim. The aftermath changed the energy in the industry. But what most fans didn't know. Behind the scenes, Herbo was furious. Not just because Von was his friend. Not just because the internet was siding with the ops. But because, according to insiders, Herbo felt like Quando and his camp were getting bold, even mocking the situation. One source, who asked to stay anonymous, said this. Herbo ain't the type to jump online every time something happens. But he saw the interviews. He saw the lives. Slick disses and songs, even in club walkthroughs. He held it in. 4 years. And it's true, Herbo never addressed it directly. While other artists were picking sides, making diss tracks, or throwing subliminals, Herbo stayed completely silent. Until Christmas. But here's where it gets really messy. Because right after Quando's live, fans started digging up old clips from both sides. And one, in particular, resurfaced like a grenade. A 2021 studio vlog from Quando's YouTube channel, where his engineer is heard in the background saying, "Man, Herbo don't want none of this. He duckin' for a reason." At the time, no one paid attention. But now, that line got clipped and blasted all over the internet. Bro been dissing Herbo low-key flushed face, this beef been brewing. Not y'all sneak dissin' in 2021 and thinking he forgot Skull. Then came the TikTok theories. One viral post broke it all down. Okay, so Herbo and Vaughn were tight. Quando was Vaughn's enemy. But Quando never said Herbo's name until Vaughn passed. Then he started getting reckless. Herbo let it slide, but now, he's not letting it go. And fans were eating it up. But while the drama was bubbling online, behind the scenes, it was getting personal. Vaughn's mom, Ms. Bennett, hadn't said much publicly since her son's passing. But insiders say she caught wind of both posts that morning, and let's just say, she wasn't happy. One of Vaughn's cousins reportedly tweeted and deleted. Ma said if they gon' bring her son up, they better put respect on it. This ain't no internet joke to us. Shortly after, an unverified Facebook post from an account tied to Vaughn's family circle read, "Christmas? Really? That's what y'all chose to do? My son ain't no hashtag for y'all lil rap games." Suddenly, this wasn't just Herbo versus Quando. This was about legacy, respect, and grief. Back on Instagram, Herbo dropped another cryptic story, this time just a black screen with the letters, VLLB forever. Fans knew exactly what it meant, Vaughn lives. Long live bro. That post alone sparked 40,000 retweets and got picked up by Say Cheese within minutes. But the question still stood. What exactly did Quando do that pushed Herbo over the edge on Christmas Day? Was it that old studio clip? Was it a new track? Or was it something offline that we haven't seen yet? That answer came just hours later, from a fake screenshot that fans swear came from Herbo's close circle. It was a blurred-out iMessage, supposedly between Herbo and a friend. The message read, "He was at compound last night Logan when the DJ played Took Her to the O. That man is sick. That's why I posted what I posted." Now, we can't confirm that message is real. But the internet believed it. If that's true, Quando is wild. Logan at Vaughn's music in the club? Nah, that's crazy. Herbo better drop a diss at midnight. And that's when people started digging through Quando's Christmas Eve club appearance. He had posted an IG story at Compound Atlanta, tagging the DJ and captioning it, "They play what they want. I just react." That was enough. The timeline exploded. By nightfall, the industry started reacting. Other rappers were subtly weighing in. One Chicago artist tweeted, "Some lines you don't cross. Vaughn ain't no punchline." Meanwhile, Quando's team posted a screenshot of a YouTube video titled, "G Herbo vs. Quando Rondo? Here's what's really happening." Captioned with, "Y'all believe anything on Christmas, huh?" That sarcasm did not go over well. Fans from both sides flooded the comments. Stop playing with Vaughn's name. Why y'all always the victim when someone claps back? This ain't 2020. You're not untouchable anymore. By now, this was bigger than IG stories. It was bleeding into the streets. People close to Herbo's circle started tightening up. One source told a blogger, "Don't be surprised if Herbo puts this in the music. He's not gonna keep talking online. He's about to speak the only way he knows how, on a beat." Meanwhile, Quando stayed active. He posted another clip, laughing, with a voiceover that said, "A lot of y'all emotional. This rap *T ain't real. It's entertainment." But was it? Because while he's calling it entertainment, the pain still lingers in Chicago. Vaughn's family's still hurting. Herbo's still watching. Just hours after Herbo's cryptic VLLB post set the timeline on fire, things took a turn that nobody expected. A low-quality audio clip began circulating in Discord servers and rap forums. A muffled snippet that sounded like it came from a studio session. But what people heard sent shockwaves across both fan bases. The voice was unmistakable. It was Herbo, calm, steady, and surgical with a pen. The beat was grimy, Chicago-style drill with haunting piano keys underneath. Then came the line that made people sit up. "Fake peace, fake prayers, fake love in the DM/N***** is smiling in the club, laughing at my dead friend." No names. No tags. But the reference was loud. Fans clipped the audio and started sharing it everywhere. One post hit 300K plays on X in under an hour. And then someone posted an alleged tracklist screenshot from Herbo's unreleased project titled, "Still Not Forgiven." Track 6. Holiday Smoke. Twitter went into meltdown. Oh, he's definitely talking about Quando. This that 2024 energy I'm here for, loudly crying face fire. Herbo about to go Von 2.0 on this industry. Meanwhile, over in Savannah, Quando's team was already plotting a response. And what they did next wasn't subtle. Late Christmas night, Quando posted an Instagram story of himself in the booth. The caption? "If y'all want it, let's go there." No beat. No lyrics. Just him holding a mic and smirking. Then, as if orchestrated, his engineer leaked a short clip on Twitter of a song called "Decorate the Dirt." The lyrics? "Y'all mad on Christmas, still crying in 3D/y'all lil legend still dying, but I live rent-free." The comment section exploded. This man really dissed Vaughn again? Nah, this beef about to go left. That rent-free bar is wild disrespect. Fans were split. Some said Quando was pushing it too far. Others argued Herbo started it by speaking up first. But regardless of who was right, one thing was clear. The beef was now officially public. And it wasn't going away. But things escalated even further when a recorded phone call surfaced. A call that was never supposed to leak. Posted anonymously to Reddit under the headline, "Quando on three-way talking slick about Vaughn and Herbo." The clip allegedly featured Quando, his manager, and a third unidentified voice. The audio quality was rough, but one line stuck out clear as day. "Bruh, Vaughn mama need to sit down. Like, why she still talking like she a factor?" That was it. Just one sentence. But it detonated the internet. Blogs started reposting the clip within minutes. Fans were furious. People started tagging King Von's mom, Ms. Bennett, in every post, demanding she respond. Even people who weren't involved in the beef started chiming in. One user wrote, "This ain't even rap no more. You bringing up his mother? Nah. There's no coming back from that." Within 24 hours, Ms. Bennett made a rare statement on Facebook. Not a video, not an interview, just a plain post that read, "Y'all keep my son's name in your mouth like it's a trend. That's not rap. That's sickness." Herbo reposted it to his story. No caption. Just her words and a red heart emoji. It was clear now, this wasn't just Herbo airing out feelings. This was personal. This was about loyalty. About family. About the unspoken codes of the streets that Quando seemed to be violating over and over again. As the tension kept building, more rappers began reacting. Lil Durk, usually quiet during internet beefs, liked a tweet that said, "Quando can't keep Vaughn's name out his bars but wanna cry when PPL clap back." People took that as a sign. Was OTF watching from the shadows? Was Herbo about to have reinforcements? Meanwhile, Quando started playing victim again. On a random late-night IG Live, he said, "Everybody got so much to say, but when I was getting blamed in 2020, where was the sympathy? Now I'm the villain for defending myself? Man, y'all corny." But fans weren't buying it. Comments flooded in. "You laughed at Vaughn's name in the club. You dissed his mom. Ain't nobody trying to hear that victim talk now." Back in Chicago, things were tense. Security was reportedly doubled at a club where Herbo was set to appear on New Year's Eve. Rumors flew that Quando's team had canceled a show in Atlanta for safety reasons. And behind closed doors, camps were having emergency meetings about how deep this was going to go. The music industry started to feel it too. One festival reportedly dropped both artists from the same lineup to avoid conflict. And just when it seemed like both sides might go quiet for a minute, Herbo did the unthinkable. He posted a teaser of the Holiday Smoke track, but this time, the lyrics were clear, raw, and filled with intent. "Say my name and duck, boy you rappin' for retweet/keep my bro out your mouth or your verse get a grief beat." Then the camera cut to an old picture of Herbo and Vaughn, smiling at a dinner party in 2019. No caption. No hashtags. Just a reminder. The internet took that as a warning. Say his name again, and Herbo's not holding back anymore. From there, everything accelerated. Quando's camp clapped back again, this time denying the leaked phone call, claiming it was edited audio made to stir chaos. But fans weren't buying that either. People pointed out that the voice matched other lives Quando had done in the past. And whether it was real or fake, the disrespect had already landed. And now, even Quando's own fanbase was turning on him. You supposed to be smarter than this. You already survived one war, don't start another. Herbo ain't the one to test like this. Meanwhile, industry insiders started whispering that Herbo had more music loaded, and it was just a matter of time before he dropped a full project that told the whole story. In one viral podcast clip, a music blogger said, "This not no rap beef. This is Herbo cleaning the slate. He's not just responding to Quando. He's setting fire to everyone who disrespected Vaughn by staying silent, or sneak dissing." And that brought us to the next phase of the war, the accusations. Because now, fans weren't just debating bars or lyrics, they were digging into old interviews, IG lives, tweets, anything that hinted at hidden shade. One resurfaced clip showed Quando being asked if he ever respected Vaughn's impact. He smirked and said, "Everybody got they lil run. But I'm still standing, so what that tell you?" Fans clipped that and replied, "It tells us you still don't get it." Now everyone was asking, was this ever about music? Or was this beef always deeper, layered with grief, street politics, and pride? And if so, how does it end? Because with families involved, old wounds reopened, and new shots being fired every day, there's no telling who's watching or waiting. Just when it felt like the internet couldn't take another moment of this beef, a new voice stepped into the spotlight, one fans hadn't heard from in a long time. T-Roy's sister, known in Chicago circles but usually quiet on internet drama, went live on IG with a calm but tight expression. She wasn't yelling. She wasn't ranting. She was hurt. "I stayed silent for a long time, but now y'all dragging Vaughn's mama, playing with his name, making fake phone calls? Like this ain't real pain?" Herbo the only one saying what everybody else too scared to say. He ain't doing this for views. And suddenly, the narrative began to shift. For the first time, the attention wasn't just on Herbo or Quando, it was on the silence from the rest of the industry. Why weren't more rappers speaking out? Why was it always Herbo who had to stand alone? A blogger tweeted, "They post Vaughn tributes but stay silent when disrespect happens. Herbo the only one standing on it." The silence became louder than the disses. But the next twist? Nobody, and we mean nobody, saw coming. On December 27th, out of nowhere, King Von's Instagram account shared a post on stories. Now obviously, the account is managed by his team, but this story was different. It was an old video clip, never seen before, of Vaughn and Herbo together, laughing in the studio. Vaughn's voice could be heard saying, "If anything happened to me, bro gone step regardless. That's real." The internet broke. Fans couldn't believe it. Was that a message? A coincidence? Or was Herbo trying to honor that promise right now? Immediately, #LLV started trending again. This why Herbo doing what he doing. It's deeper than bars. It's family now. Quando played himself. Quando's team tried to recover the next day by posting a TikTok of him giving back to kids, trying to shift the energy, but the damage was already done. And then came the final nail. Ms. Bennett, King Von's mom, went live. She rarely does this, but this time, she looked straight into the camera and said, "Y'all callin' it rap. We callin' it grief. Y'all playing games. We still burying sons. And I'll say this once, Herbo got my full respect. He the only one who stepped without asking." Boom. Internet shut down. Even the most neutral fans knew the moment was real. You don't get King Von's mama on live like that unless something's really broken. At this point, Quando's silence was louder than Herbo's bars. His camp stopped posting, deleted comments, and went into PR mode. But it was too late. Public opinion had already shifted. Meanwhile, Herbo, calm as ever, posted one final message before New Year's Eve. I said what I said. And it's all love to the ones who stand on loyalty. Everybody else? Stay over there. He didn't tag nobody. Didn't mention Quando. But everyone knew exactly who that message was for. The final twist? A leak from a producer claiming that a Vaughn tribute EP featuring Herbo, Lil Durk, and Polo G is already in the works. If that's true, then 2024 is about to start very loud. But here's the truth no one wants to admit. This wasn't about rap beef. This was about respect, pain, and silence. Quando fired back, but Herbo? He stood up. And that made all the difference. So now the mic is in your hands. Was G Herbo wrong for bringing this to the timeline on Christmas? Or was it the realest move the rap game's seen in years? Did Quando go too far with the sneak disses, the club clip, the rent-free bar, and that alleged phone call about Vaughn's mama? Or was he just playing defense after getting called out? And what about the silence from the rest of the industry? Why is it always just a few voices defending real ones after they're gone? Listen, we've seen internet beefs come and go. But this one, this feels different. This ain't just about tracks. This is about legacy. About who shows up when it matters, and who just posts a prayer emoji. So we gotta ask, do you think this beef is done? Or is a full diss war just getting started? Is Herbo holding it down for Vaughn? Or risking everything over something that should have stayed private? Let us know in the comments. We want to hear from the real ones. The fans. The ones who watched this story unfold, from tragedy, to tension, to total exposure. And don't forget, hit that like button if you respect how Herbo handled it. Smash subscribe if you're here for more raw, unfiltered hip-hop drama. And turn on that notification bell, because if this story's got a part 2, you'll want to be the first to know. Until then, stay real, stay safe, and never forget, in this game, loyalty makes legends. Silence buries them.